Part 143. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 1421. Bastard! Are you teaching me what to do? Hao Yun, the son of Haoshan Pavilion, spoke with a hint of impatience and disgust in his eyes. No more numbers at all? No distinction between primary and secondary? When you're alone, you don't need to be arrogant at all. For the sake of your great help to me, I endure it. But now in front of so many people, you don't give me face like that. Can you bear it at this time? Even if you don't hang up, it's good. Young Master Yun. What are you talking about? These human races must be obliterated. Haoshan Pavilion Protector Balin snorted coldly and clenched his hands silently. This gesture must be shown, otherwise, wouldn't it be a face slap? I said it. Let them be my war slaves. Are you deaf? At this moment, Haoyun's voice has more vibrato, obviously the anger value is soaring wildly. I'm not deaf. Some things can be left to young Master Yun's will, which is understandable, but this matter, you have to listen to me. All practitioners in Haoshan Pavilion obey orders. Kill me. Haoshan Pavilion's protector Balin didn't bother to glance at Haoyun at this moment, and ordered directly. Just listen to my orders. After finishing speaking, Haoshan Pavilion protector Balin also added such a sentence. This is already a direct slap in the face. And it's kind of painful. Completely, don't be a face. This young master orders you. Stop attacking. Didn't you hear? Hao Yun took a deep breath, his eyes instantly turned blood red, while talking, his lips could not help but start to tremble slightly. This anger is like a substance, and he can't hold it anymore. Ignore it. The protector Balin continued to order, looking extremely indifferent. And these practitioners in Haoshan Pavilion became restless and charged straight ahead. Obviously, they chose to obey the orders of the protector Balin. As for Haoyun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, they were subconsciously ignored. The posture was very full, and the scene seemed particularly awkward at one point. Behind the embarrassment, there is a slap in the face. Hao swallowed a mouthful of saliva, trembling with anger. He was blown away. Because he felt that Balin was the strongest under his command, he had been delegating power all the time. But now it has created a situation that Tata cannot remove. Young master, say it again. Stop attacking. At this moment, Hao Yun seemed to be getting more energetic. As he spoke, the rage in his eyes suddenly gathered. Ignore it. Protector Balin said again, still pretending to be so, it's just pretending to the end. Balin. You are arrogant. You are a dog of my Haoshan Pavilion. You dare to be arrogant in front of this young master. Your power is brought to you by this young master. Do you still want to devour the master now? Snapped. A loud slap sounded, Hao Yun raised his palm viciously, and then slapped the protector Balin viciously on the face. After a slap, I instantly felt comfortable. The previous forbearance was like repression again and again, suppressed to the extreme, and then suddenly erupted. This feeling, just don't be too cool. The touch, extraordinarily intense. At this point, my whole body is full of infinite excitement. Feeling a tinge of pain on his face, Haoshan Pavilion protector Balin glanced at first, and then his eyes were filled with killing intent. He was beaten. Hit by this trash in front of me. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 1422. I hope this is the first time, and I hope it will be the last time. As Haoshan Pavilion protector Balin spoke, the warning gaze in his eyes became more and more obvious. Without me, you would have been assassinated by your brothers long ago. Don't have no self-knowledge at all. Haoshan Pavilion Protector Balin snorted coldly, feeling full of threats. After the fight, Haun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, was relieved for a while, but he was threatened in an instant, and he was naturally angry in his heart. I am the lord and you are the servant. I beat you, but you still dare to threaten me. Ha ha. Your dog really wants to devour its master, doesn't it? I am the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion. You are a guardian of my Haoshan Pavilion. My father dispatched you to me, just to let you protect me. Do you still have no points in your heart? It seems that I have been so kind to you all along. Make you forget the primary and secondary. Today, I want to teach you how to be a good person. If you don't educate you well today, will you have to go to heaven in the future? Snapped. Clap clap clap. The continuous sound of slaps. The slap sound became stronger and stronger. One wave after another, one after another, so fast. Haoun's body trembled, and his whole body was shaking with such a frequency. He had never felt so refreshed as he is today. This feeling of completely letting go of myself is so cool. I have seen this protector Balin pretending to be deep and arrogant in front of him, again and again. He's already tired of it. I also wanted to come to this wave for a long time, but at that time I chose to compromise again and again because of various concerns. After I didn't choose to compromise this time, I found out that it is really cool to be a talented person. Fanning the arrogant guy in front of him gave him endless satisfaction. Although his slap can't cause any damage to the protector Balin, this kind of willpower crushing is very cool. Clap 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 clap. The continuous fanning is still going on. The entire space fell into a strange silence. All the practitioners in Haoshan Pavilion gathered their gazes, and each began to whisper. To some extent, they were considered Haoyun's private soldiers. After all, this is the son of the pavilion master, and even if it is a sideline, there is a certain development prospect. As long as you recruit troops and horses, people will naturally follow. Of course, in fact, most of them are willing to attach themselves because of the presence of a sanctuary master like the protector Balin. These two people in front of them, for these Haoshan Pavilion practitioners, are not offended existences. One has power and one has power. Any one of them is not an existence they can provoke. But now, the opinions of the two people have diverged, and they even started to fight, and they said that silence is normal. It is also very good to be a calm eater. There is no need to get involved in such grievances. Fang Fan has polished his sword and is preparing for a hearty decisive battle. The situation in front of me, what's going on? That's it? Haven't done it yet, have your own internal strife first? Fang Fan has almost figured out the identities of the two in front of him through previous exchanges. One is the son of the pavilion master of the Haoshan Pavilion, the other is the guardian of the Haoshan Pavilion. The two people started a beating scene in front of a large audience, and the scene was particularly intense for a time. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1423. Is it enough? Haoshan Pavilion's guardian Balin's lips trembled, his hands were tightly clasped, his thoughts soared, and the anger and killing intent in his heart at this moment were like real substance. He wants to charge out. He wants to use this as a way to kill. He wants to be executed for this. This sense of resentment in his heart accumulated together, making him become crazy for a while. What? Are you very opinionated? Isn't it right that I hit you? I am the Lord and you are the servant. Haun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, sneered, and another big-eared scratcher slapped over. Snapped. Snapped. At this moment, there were actually two slapping sounds. The scene seemed very surprised at one time, and everyone's eyes were gathered here. You dare to hit me? You actually hit me. Balin. You are so brave. Feeling the excitement on his face, Haun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, was instantly stunned. Then, like a shrew, he began to scream wildly. Humph. I'm just warning you. Don't take an inch. It's true that you are the son of the pavilion owner, but how much thought has the pavilion owner spent on you? A collateral young master who doesn't even have the qualifications to compete for the position of pavilion master. Don't you have any points in your heart? Also, I'm not your servant either. I'm the guardian of Haoshan Pavilion. You are not qualified to teach me a lesson. If I didn't plan for you all these years, you would be a waste. Dare to be mad in front of me? Are you worthy? Haoshan Pavilion Protector Balin said, his eyes gradually became cold. The hands are folded in front of the front, and the warning is full. Hao twitched his lips and shivered for a while. He wanted to continue venting, but he finally chose to remain silent. Although Balin's words were not pleasing to his ears, he had to admit that this was indeed the truth. Faced with the fact, he could only helplessly accept it. Finished. Is the fight over? Can you fight? Fang Fan has been watching the play for a long time while carrying the 4-star holy sword. Watching these two guys beat each other up, it's not a good feeling. I hadn't discovered it before, but it's still so fun. Humph. You actually dare to laugh at this young master. What qualifications do you have to laugh at Master Ben? Who do you think you are? What qualifications do you have? North Forest Protector. Kill him for me. Haoshan Pavilion Cultivator. Charge me. Kill. 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 Hao Yun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, turned red. He knew that this killing was inevitable. If so, it would conflict with his previous order to stop the war. In order to give himself a step down, Hao Yun stared directly at Fang Fan, and then directed and acted a wave, appearing domineering and arrogant. It has to be said that the attitude is indeed there. As for the rest, well, not much to say. At this moment, there are almost 200,000 practitioners in Haoshan Pavilion gathered in Zhongcheng. Of course, only a small part of them are the real elites of Haoshan Pavilion, that is, the so-called organized existence. The remaining hundreds of thousands were basically recruited by Haun and Balin from all races and planes. Relatively speaking, being able to have a trained cultivator in Haoshan Pavilion is naturally quite powerful. As for those strong men recruited from all races and planes, I can only say that, they are not satisfactory, they are barely satisfactory, but the combat power, can only be said to be ordinary. Under Fang Fan's command, the 10 major legions, 6 heroes, and 4 pets are all ready for battle. Divine System of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1424. Crazy killing begins. Low heavy machine gun corps. Fire suppression. Yellow turban typing warlock legion. Reduce the status of the opponent's practitioners, sacrifice and summon more undead troops. Gothic law sharpshooter legion. Kill the opponent's 7-star or higher Emperor Realm practitioners. All the legions are left, attack in a roundabout way. Galen, Jax, and Kyle lead the charge. Caitlyn, snipe the opponent's quasi-sacred powerhouse. Vega, Daji, magic support. Hell's 3-headed dog Roaring Sky, Little Golden Dragon Aogwang, Dark Knight Kylan, Kunpeng Biming. Fight with me. Invincible. Fang Fan gave an order, and the momentum of the battle was instantly pulled up. Waves of war also followed. Gives a shocking effect. Haha. It really got a little momentum. Just so few people want to survive under the oppression of my army. Overcome. Crush it directly. Kill the enemy. Hao Yun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, sneered and stood in front of the commander at the moment, and pretended to start commanding the battle. In the past, this kind of thing was carried out by Balin instead. At the time, he felt that he had saved a lot of trouble. But now it seems that this is the most stupid behavior. Isn't this letting yourself lose the opportunity? Completely behind? So, of course not. At this moment, he will gradually take back the power of the general. Otherwise, if it is delayed, his private army may only know him Balin, not the son of the pavilion master. Haoshan Pavilion Protector Balin silently glanced at Hao Yun, who was shouting excitedly, and a sarcastic expression appeared on the corner of his mouth. Do you really think that you can take my power by just calling it twice? Ridiculous. If you are willing to be a puppet, I can continue to respect you. If you can't do it, just wait for it to be forcibly controlled. A stern look flashed in Balin's eyes, and he couldn't help but think of a number of ways to reverse control. The corner of Balin's mouth rose slightly, and then his eyes turned to the battlefield. No. It's impossible. Haoshan Pavilion's protector Balin's expression froze, and then there was an unbelievable look in his eyes. Everything in front of him made him feel unfamiliar, surprised, and incredible. What kind of weapon is this? It can shoot bullets one after another. And this projectile is also mixed with surging law power. The power is no less than a random blow from the ordinary 10-star Emperor. The attack speed of the 10-star Emperor on one side is always limited, but the existence of these strange weapons in front of me is too fast. And a strong firepower contrast and suppression has been formed, and the practitioners of one's own side cannot get close to the other party at all. Balin's face suddenly sank, and he began to think about countermeasures at this moment. How so? We have 200,000 elites. How can we be beaten by hundreds of people? What happened? Who can tell me? Trash. It's all a bunch of trash. Balin. Balin, go on the offensive. Don't you brag about how good you are on weekdays. Come on. Come on. What's the ink? Do you have to wait for me to play in person? What's the use of raising you bastards? At a critical time, none of them can come in handy. Snapped. Balin, who was thinking comprehensively, was suddenly slapped and attacked. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1425. Balin raised his head silently, and the cruel light flickered in his eyes. He was beaten again. Again and again. He is tired of it. More, irritable. Balin clenched his fists silently, his eyes flickered with bright lights, his hands clenched tightly into fists, and the sound of inhalation gradually became more real. I said it before. Don't take an inch. You are the biggest trash. You don't know how sad it is for me to meet a waste like you. Get out. Get out. Get me out. Trash. Total trash. Snapped. Clap clap clap. Boom. Do not erupt in silence, die in silence. Balin slapped Haoun more than a dozen times in the face in succession, and then kicked out with relief. He touched the ground, so at this moment his face was in intimate contact with the ground. Today is destined to be the subject of slaps. Slap each other, slap to burst. The Haoshan Pavilion cultivators who were attacking in the front were already in a lot of difficulties. At this moment, seeing the two coaches in the back start fighting each other again, their morale dropped wildly. This is also a chicken feather. They were beaten to death in the front, and the damage was heavy, but the two coaches did not want to make progress and were still fighting each other. Where does this make them reason? There is even a sense of extreme sadness and helplessness. Too difficult. They have to face the unlimited projectile attacks of those practitioners who are armed with devil weapons. I have to accept inexplicable skin festering and aging again. I also have to fight against the various skeleton soldiers, skeleton dragon skeleton monsters that suddenly appeared in front of me. Mindset really exploded. Brothers, stop fighting. If you continue to charge forward, you will die. Protector Balin and young Master Yoon didn't plan to fight hard. Why are we working so hard? That's right. Run. We've run into a stubble this time. If the idea is tricky, don't run and die. Haha, those masters didn't take our deadly battle to heart, and they are still waging civil strife. Following such a master is really a blood mold for 8 lifetimes. What else can I say? Go. Run. Quickly withdraw. A wave of escaping formed. The Haoshan Pavilion cultivators who had just rushed towards both sides before they waited for the low heavy machine gun corps to conduct a full-scale sweep. The scene seemed very pleasant for a while. This battle should be regarded as Fang Fan's most casual battle. From beginning to end, there was a sense of indifference. The opponent's coach doesn't matter, and the opponent's soldiers are even more joking. Less than 3 minutes into the battle, nearly a third of the enemy's soldiers were scattered. If this momentum continues, it won't take long for it to collapse completely. All legions, press over. Give them the final blow. Fang Fan stretched his waist and looked casually silent. Hao Yun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion who was kicked to the ground, silently pulled his head out of the soil, and then wiped the soil on his face. His eyes instantly became cloudy. Face, lost. The head can be cut off and the blood can flow, but face cannot be lost. Haoun looked at Balin in the high sky sinisterly, clenching his hands. He vowed to find an opportunity to kill him. Even if you don't hesitate to return to Haoshan Pavilion, with the help of your father's power. Do this too. Must do. If you dare to beat him now, wouldn't you dare to kill him directly in the future? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1426. Today's feud. Blood debts are paid in blood. Hao Yun snorted coldly, clenched his hands into fists, and made up his mind secretly, but at the same time, his eyes also moved. However, this battle still needs him to support. Although this guy is very hateful, after all, he is still the guardian of Haoshan Pavilion, and he still has some fighting power. When you have squeezed out your utilization value, it will be your death. Hao Yun thought so in his heart, and then silently found a place to hide. The sword has no eyes, what should I do if I get hurt? I have to admit, you gave me a sense of surprise. But this astonishment ends here. Waiting for your fate, destined to be executed. All of you will be implicated. All have to die. Looking at the practitioners of Haoshan Pavilion fleeing everywhere, Balin, the guardian of Haoshan Pavilion, sneered, looked at Fang Fan's position silently, and then slashed left and right with his sword. Stab. Click. The sound of the war knife piercing the flesh and the sound of bone cracking came at the same time, which seemed a little sweet. Everyone's attention was focused on this, and there was a little bit of fear on their faces at this moment. North Forest Protector, what are you doing? The surrounding Haoshan Pavilion practitioners were instantly horrified, because the one who was killed just now was their comrade in arms. Those who deliberately flee, behead. Those who disturb the heart of the army, behead. Fear is not the former, Behead. From now on, if anyone dares to flee, I will kill him. Remember it all for me. I don't have such a good temper. If it goes against my will, I don't care about slaughtering you all. I hope you will remember it well in your heart. Click. As Balin spoke, he stepped forward and grabbed the neck of the cultivator of the Haitian pavilion who had spoken just now. Seeing how he was at a loss and struggling with his life in his hands, Balin gradually showed a happy expression on his face. His little quirks are fulfilled to a great extent, so that, it's comfortable, exciting, and exciting. These emotions from the heart are also deduced to be extraordinarily real. After quelling the rout of the Haitian pavilion practitioners, Balin flew directly in front of Fang Fan. The bullets fired by the low heavy machine gun corps naturally had no problem killing ordinary Haitian pavilion practitioners, but hitting the Haitian pavilion protector Balin was basically ineffective. Fear. Are you afraid? Do you want to escape now? In the face of absolute power, all the tricks of carving insects are false. You must die. Balin glanced at Fang Fan coldly, then killed him with a confident look on his face. 2-star sanctuary. That's it? You dare to be arrogant. Who gave you the confidence? Fang Fan glanced at it and said contemptuously. You, arrogant. A low-level quasi-sage, dare to be arrogant in front of me. I really don't know where you come from. Balin was instantly enraged, and while sneering, he launched a frantic attack. In his opinion, he only needs one finger to crush Fang Fan to death. Fang Fan glanced around at the powerhouses around him. The powerhouse only had a 1-star sanctuary, and his aura was floating. It was obvious that he had just been promoted, and his realm had not yet stabilized, so it was nothing to worry about. For the rest, there are still a few quasi-sages, but in front of the 2-star sanctuary powerhouses, these are like decorations. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1427. Strength is the best brand and symbol. Low-level quasi-sage. Who said that low-level quasi-sanctuaries can't counter-attack and kill sanctuary? Ridiculous. The 10 servant gods obey orders. Fang Fan gave an order, and there was a hint of madness in his eyes. Lord Jax, Daji, Kyle, Caitlin, the 4 pets, Huang Gan, Huang Murder. The 10 gods and servants of the gods gathered around Fang Fan in an instant. I want to share your power. Cohesion. Fang Fan took a breath and then ordered again. The power of the 10 servant gods gathered in the sky above him insanely, and he controlled it at will. This is full of the power of a 1-star sanctuary powerhouse, 4 supreme quasi-sages, 2 low-level quasi-sages, and 3 10-star emperors. Although this kind of power is all fused together, although it has not yet reached the 2-star sanctuary, it is definitely the peak state of the 1-star sanctuary. How is it possible? Your breath, how come it skyrocketed? No. It's impossible. Low-level quasi-sanctuary has skyrocketed to the peak of the 1-star sanctuary. Huh, what kind of magic trick did you cast? Balin widened his pupils, and then made a sound of inhalation. This miraculous means shocked him from the bottom of his heart. He carefully scanned many circles around Fang Fan, and finally determined that Fang Fan had really reached the pinnacle of the 1-star sanctuary. In the blink of an eye, as many people as possible? In an instant, across several realms. Balin fell into self-doubt. But soon, the Haitian pavilion protector Balin once again showed a proud look on his face. Even if you try your best, what can you do? In the end, you can only be played by me. Haha. 1-star sanctuary peak, after all, it has never crossed to 2-star sanctuary. And this sudden power is not so easy to use, right? You can only face death. I have to admit, there are a lot of weird things about you, but so what? The end result won't change. You'll still be wiped out. This is the truth. The unchangeable truth. Balin took a deep breath and said, the excitement on his face became more and more intense. It sounds like arrogance, and it seems to be a special encouragement for myself. Is that so? Then let you experience what it means to be ingenious. Na Yan obeys the order. Unleash the magic. According to the Lord. Foreknowledge. Prediction, you can use Sinan to predict future good and bad luck, predict the location of treasures, and predict the enemy's weakness. Na Yan, who possessed the 7th level celestial star disciple, immediately began to whisper. Immediately afterwards, the magic skill of the first celestial star disciple was activated. A few seconds later, a smile appeared on Na Yan's face. My lord, his weakness is in his left foot. His left foot has been seriously injured before, and he only needs to attack his left foot, and it will be more effective with less effort. In addition, my lord, when he was promoted to the sanctuary realm, he took some forbidden drugs, so his breath was unstable, his spiritual power was less than that of cultivators of the same level, and the durability was also worse. Na Yan opened his eyes indifferently and said all the information he had foreseen. The scene fell into silence for a while. How is this possible? How did you see through me? Do you have yin and yang eyes? Haoshan Pavilion's protector Balin's complexion changed dramatically, and his expression also became uneasy. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1428. At this moment, Balinzi, the guardian of Haoshan Pavilion, felt that he no longer had any privacy, and was completely open. Boy! There are a lot of geeks around you, but so what? In the face of the absolute strength gap, you can still only smash the halberds into the sand. You are dead. Haoshan Pavilion's guardian Balin swallowed a mouthful of saliva. The situation at the moment is too strange. To say that he does not tremble at all is absolutely bullshit. At this moment, there is only a strong sense of me in my heart. 10,000 grass horses are whizzing past in my mind. Is it? Absolute strength gap. Maybe you should talk in a few seconds. Fang Fan stretched his waist, and then looked at Na Yan, the star disciple. Na Yan smiled and nodded, naturally knowing the inner thoughts of his master. Magic skill, control war. Battle control, activate the power of the secret, increase the combat power of the designated target by 1 time, and reduce the combat power of the other designated target by half. The duration is 10 minutes, and the cooling period is 3 days. Na Yan snorted softly, holding Sinan's exclusive artifact tightly in his hand, and then the power of heavenly secrets spilled out around. Everything seemed extremely strange. The magical skills of the 7th level celestial star disciples have always been so amazing. Controlling war after the display, the fighting power of the opposite Haoshan Pavilion protector Balin was instantly reduced by half, while the corresponding Fang Fan's fighting power was doubled. A rise and a fall, it is a fourfold disparity. It's only 10 minutes in duration, but it's enough. Originally, after gathering the power of 10 servant gods, Fang Fan already possessed the peak battle power of the 1-star sanctuary. And at this moment, after doubling the power of the 2-star sanctuary, of course, it belongs to the weakened version of the 2-star sanctuary's combat power. At this moment, after the battle strength of the Haoshan Pavilion protector Balin was reduced by half, it was also reduced from the normal 2-star sanctuary to the weakened version of the 2-star sanctuary. In terms of combat power, in fact, the disparity can no longer be seen. The scene fell silent for a while. Balin was stunned for a while before he let out a roar. What kind of power is this? My combat power has been weakened by half. What the hell did you do to me? Who are you? Which force are you from? Hurry up and return my combat power. Return it. I will kill. I will kill. I will kill you. Haoshan Pavilion Protector Baylin's mentality completely collapsed. Today he saw too many things he shouldn't have seen. One is an accident, the second is a deep accident, what is 3 or 4 times? How did all the unfortunate things happen to him? Thinking of this, Haoshan Pavilion Protector Baylin's face showed a look of resentment and anger. He was too difficult. So sad. So helpless. Kill. I have to kill you. Only by killing you can these strange states on my body be eliminated. Right, that is it. I must kill you. Baylin shouted through gritted teeth, and then tried his best to slaughter in Fang Fan's direction. The expression on his face was already extremely ferocious. It would be great to have it delivered to your door. I was just afraid that you would run away. The corner of Fang Fan's mouth was slightly raised, and his face showed a hint of sarcasm, and then he held the 4-star holy sword and rushed out indifferently. If there was still a little level gap before, but now with unlimited blessings, it is invincible. Under the same level, invincible against the war. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1429. Desolation of Desolation. Cut. Fang Fan snorted secretly, the long sword in his hand spun wildly in the air, with a crazy fighting atmosphere. The scene was particularly terrifying. Sonorous. Click. With one move, the sword in the hands of Haoshan Pavilion Protector Baylin directly opened a gap, and the tip of the blade trembled. The sword in his hand is only a 1-star holy weapon, while Fang Fan is holding a 4-star holy sword. There is a huge difference between them. Fang Fan squinted his eyes secretly, and there were bright lights in his eyes. While thinking about it, his eyes gradually became sharper. Beheading, right now? No. Impossible, how could you be so strong? Who, I will definitely be able to kill him. I will definitely kill you. You must die. I am the protector of Baylin and even Haoshan Pavilion. I am a 2-star sanctuary. I will kill you ants. Baylin waved the sword in his hand, and his thoughts became crazy for a while. In fact, at this moment, his mentality has completely collapsed, and if he continues to fight, he will definitely lose. Under the same combat power, Fang Fan still has the advantage of weapons, killing, it's a fact. Fang Fan did not delay, and pursued while winning. Killing time is on. At this moment, the mind gradually became crazy. Slaughter, open at this moment. The will to fight rises wildly. Kill 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 kill. At first, Baylin, the Haoshan Pavilion Protector, could still resist for a while, but after his mentality collapsed, he fell into a slump. At this moment, the sword in Fang Fan's hand is getting faster and faster. Boom. He slashed with another sword, and Baylin's body fell like a kite with a broken string. The scene seemed particularly terrifying at one point. Seeing that Fang Fan's second attack was coming, panic gradually appeared on Baylin's face. At this moment, he really felt death. It's the feeling, real, and urgent. And shudder from the bottom of my heart. Don't. You can't kill me. I am the guardian of Haoshan Pavilion. I am a practitioner of Haoshan Pavilion. Do you know how powerful Haoshan Pavilion is? If you kill me, Haoshan Pavilion will definitely hold you accountable, and you will surely die. You will surely die. Let me live, from now on. Wouldn't it be better if we don't run into the river from the well? I will lead the practitioners of Haoshan Pavilion to leave immediately, and I will never come to provoke you again. Don't, don't, don't. Damn it. You lunatic. You lunatic. Haoshan Pavilion will not let you go. You lunatic. Lunatic. Balin twitched his lips, his eyes were bloodshot, and he firmly held the one-star holy artifact level sword in his hand with an unknown number of gaps, and his face showed anger and despair. Click. With the sword in hand, the Haoshan Pavilion 2-star sanctuary protector Balin fell. With the sword, the space trembled. Landslides. With the sword, the sky is shattered, blood stains the mountains and rivers. With the sword, the sky and the earth pale, and the stream hangs upside down. The protector is dead. The protector of Balin is dead. The guardians of the North Forest in the 2-star sanctuary have been beheaded. Should we continue to attack? Protection, Balin's military order is, let us continue to attack. What's the matter, are you stupid? What's wrong with the Balin protector? Everyone is dead. Already dead. What is the use of the Balin protector? Protecting your own life is the most important thing. Evacuate. Evacuate at full speed. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 1430. The army was defeated like a mountain. The scene collapsed in an instant, and everything collapsed in one hand. 10 minutes passed, and the effect of the heavenly secret star disciples' magical skill control war gradually receded. Fang Fan took a deep breath, his eyes twinkling brightly. The thoughts at this moment are churning in my mind, and everything is happening in an instant. Those with human blood on their hands will be killed. Don't let one go. Bells, Luohu, listen to the order. Subordinates are here. Lead the low heavy machine gun corps and the blood shura corps to guard me at the entrance of the plain passage. From now on, no one is allowed to enter or leave without my order. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, full of murderous intent. Whoever deserves to be killed must be killed. The human race is in trouble, and all the executioners will be slaughtered. This is Fang Fan's will. It is the will of the entire human race. Don't kill me, I surrender. I surrender. I'll give you star cores, many, many star cores. The planes under my control are given to you, all are given to you. Let me go, please let me go, I don't want to die. I really don't want to die. I don't have blood on my hands. Yes. I have never killed a human race. All the plans are arranged by Balin. It has nothing to do with me. All actions here are to follow his orders. Please, let me go. Haun, the son of the pavilion master of Haoshan Pavilion, was running around in pursuit and killing. He wanted to escape, but the siege was too great, and he had no chance to escape at all. Therefore, he chose to seek life in reverse. Rather than being beheaded in the process of fleeing, it would be better to take the initiative to confess, and perhaps save a life. Such thoughts gradually took shape in his heart, and Haun no longer hesitated and rushed towards Fang Fan's position. Is this a self-inflicted trap? Boss, I killed him with my own hands. Zhou Kaishan held a machete with a murderous look on his face. Fang Fan lowered his head slightly, then waved his hand. Wait, he still has a little value. Tell me, where have the survivors of our Terran been transported? And, how to get them back? Fang Fan looked at Haun with indifferent eyes, as if he was looking at a dead man. This, I don't know about this. Haun trembled, thought for a while, and then said with a bitter expression on his face. Then how many survivors of our human race have been kidnapped? Fang Fan's face sank, and he continued to ask. This, I don't know either. Feeling Fang Fan's eyes that were about to bite people, Haoyun shrank his neck silently, the fear on his face was unreal, and he also wanted to cooperate well, ready to respond to a wave of slogans of frankness and leniency, resistance and strictness. But he searched and scraped his stomach and never thought of anything. How did you discover the human race plane? If no one tipped off the news, you wouldn't have traveled thousands of miles to the luminous sun galaxy, right? Fang Fan directly picked up Haun, his fingers exerted a little force, and then he could hear Haun's neck meridians stretching little by little. This, you don't know either. I don't need trash. I don't have the patience to dig up the secrets of a waste. Fang Fan's indifferent gaze glanced at the past, and his cold and stagnant posture was indifferent to the extreme. This I really know. It's a faction of your luminous galaxy, who wants to curry favor with our Haitian pavilion, and wants to be promoted to a 6th rank force. I don't know what the specific forces are.